Why is the world's most dominant military power so consistently focused on interventions in the Middle East? From Iraq and Libya to the current strikes in Gaza, the pattern is impossible to ignore. These campaigns serve a structural purpose, far more tangible than the spread of democracy. They provide the necessary fuel for a global war economy. While major defense contractors secure billions in guaranteed government payouts, the average citizen absorbs the cost through soaring inflation and global instability. We are living within an extraction machine that turns global destruction into concentrated private profit. It is functioning exactly as it was designed. You likely spend 10 hours a day working just to survive, handing a massive portion of your income to taxes and draining the rest on monthly bills. This is the Colonial Matrix. It is a modern system where the physical chains of historical empires are replaced by the invisible bindings of lifelong debt and engineered inflation. That exhausting 9-to-5 grind keeps you tired, distracted, and functioning as a passive consumer. In this state, very few have the energy left to question the people in charge. To dismantle this cage, we have to look at the blueprints. We need to see how the architects of this system weaponized education and finance against us. The United States inherited this model from the British Empire. This map shows the flow of resources extracted from global colonies directly into Europe and North America. Britain perfected the art of global control without needing a massive standing army in every village. In 1835, British politician Lord Macaulay proposed a plan to create a class of Brown Sahibs, local administrators who were Indian in blood and color, but English in intellect and loyalty. This required an education system that stripped out critical thinking. It relied on rote memorization to produce obedient clerks who could manage a colonial economy without asking questions. Our modern bureaucracies are still running on that 1835 code. They train compliant administrators to maintain the status quo, not free thinkers to challenge it. By 1945, the atomic bomb did more than end a war. It allowed a new global overlord to declare its arrival to the rest of the world. The physical empire of the British was replaced by the financial empire of the United States. This shift culminated in 1971 with the Nixon shock, when the US dollar was secretly detached from the gold standard. Since then, the reserve currency has been paper-backed by military threat. It allows a small elite to extract wealth from your labor through constant engineered inflation. This financial weaponization allows a superpower to freeze a nation's assets and starve its population without firing a single shot. Those financial chains are now being upgraded to digital ones. We are entering an era of automated control driven by centralized artificial intelligence. Big tech companies are aligning with military powers like the Pentagon to monopolize the global infrastructure of AI. A centralized AI will soon dictate your access to the world. It will determine who receives a bank loan, who is permitted to travel, and who is targeted for arrest. Looking to other superpowers for an alternative is no escape. China's social credit system uses this same technology to track every movement and restrict basic rights based on an algorithmic score. If the global elite successfully monopolize this technology, they will secure a digital cage where predictive algorithms identify and neutralize dissent before it can even form. AI will either act as an automated prison or as the infrastructure for decentralized self-governance. The outcome depends entirely on who owns the code. We are building the Future World Platform, a decentralized, citizen-owned alternative to the Matrix. This platform eliminates legacy choke points like the UN Security Council, where 5 countries hold a veto. Instead, it uses unhackable blockchain for direct citizen voting, where all nodes are equal. Public funds are tracked by AI on transparent ledgers. Every transaction is visible, eliminating the black budgets that fuel corruption. Radical, verified transparency and decentralized algorithms act as mathematical antidotes to centuries of colonial extraction. This platform replaces Macaulay's dead education system. We are swapping rote memorization for active, AI-guided problem-solving. We are launching the Global Science Collaboration Engine to harness the cognitive power of the world's 2 billion gamers. Complex challenges, like curing diseases or engineering clean energy, are translated into puzzle games for the public to solve. By integrating our youth with personalized AI tutors, we can solve these existential threats through massive, collaborative play. You can remain a passive clerk in a digital dictatorship, or you can take control of the technology to govern yourself. Stop acting as a passive consumer, feeding the matrix with your time and labor. Opt out of the old system. Join the future.